Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with my June book haul. I actually only have about 13 books told today, I believe. So, I mean, it's not that bad. And also I have read a couple of these books already. So, I mean, it doesn't add that much to my TBR. So, I mean, I don't feel too bad about it. But, you know, let's haul some books. First thing I have here is actually a box set. So this is the Six of Crows duology by Leigh Bardugo. So we have Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, and they have these sprayed edges. Oh my god, so pretty. And I do own these books in paperback, but they're not the same height, and it's driving me insane because I can't have them standing next to each other. I know. It's a little bit over the top, I suppose, but you know, it's the way it is. And I freaking love this duology so much. So I wanted them in hardcover so I can keep them and love them and cherish them forever. So these are the first two books. And this is about 6 dangerous outcasts, 1 impossible heist. And the next book we have is Circe by Madeline Miller. And I mean, look at this cover. It's like the most gorgeous thing ever. And then you look underneath the dust jacket, and it's so gorgeous. Like, it's gorgeous. So Circe is the daughter of, in the house of Helios, who is the god of the sun and mightiest of the titans. But Circe is actually scorned and rejected by her kin, and increasingly isolated, she turns to mortals for companionship, leading her to discover a power forbidden to the gods, witchcraft. And when love draws Circe to cast a dark spell, vengeful Zeus banishes her through the remote island of Aiaia. Butcher that. There she learns to harness her occult craft, drawing strength from nature, but she will always be alone. But she will not always be alone. Many are destined to pass through Circe's place of exile and entwine their fates with her. The messenger god Hermes, the craftsman Daedalus, a ship bearing a golden fleece, a wily Odysseus on his epic voyage home. So, I mean, there's a lot of Greek gods, and I feel like this would be the perfect book for me, so hopefully I will like it. Song of Achilles by her, and this book actually won the Orange Prize Award from 2012, and this is supposed to be about Greek mythology and also about the Trojan War. So it's about, you know, Achilles. So I love the movie about the Trojan War, and I really do love mythology, so I mean, it's a perfect read. And we have Onyx and Ivory, which was a book I got in the, I want to say May Fairyloot. I'm not sure, but it has the sprayed edges and it's really pretty. And this is by Mindy Arnett, and it's Onyx and Ivory. And I don't really know a lot about this. It's supposed to be like Celtic and Norse mythology in it, but that's pretty much all I know. But you guys know that I love mythology because I said that 5 times already in this video alone. So we meet Kate, and her father actually was a traitor to the crown, which means that Kate kind of goes under the name Traitor Kate, and she's an outcast, and she now works for the Royal Courier Service, and only the most skilled ride for the relay, and only the fastest survive. For when night falls, night drakes, deadly flightless dragons come out to hunt. Fortunately, Kate has a secret edge. She's a wilder born with forbidden magic that allows her to influence the minds of animals. So, I mean, dragons, like magic, and like the power to control animals. I get like really excited to read this book every time I read what it's about. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one as well. Listen to Your Heart by Casey West, and this book I've actually already read because it's Casey West, and I cannot have a Casey West book unread for like more than a day. But this is about this is about Kate, and she is sort of like socially awkward. She just pretty much hangs out with the best friend, and she doesn't really talk to a lot of other groups of people. But her school, she was actually convinced by a friend to join this class where they're supposed to make a podcast for the school, and Kate somehow ends up being the host, one of the hosts of this podcast, and she's surprisingly good at giving advice on air. and I loved this book so much because I love Kate. She was like relatable, and she was sarcastic, and she was amazing. And then we have the love interest Diego, and he was amazing as well. And I love this book so much, and I definitely think that this was one of my favorite Casey West books so far. And I have read all of hers, but all of her books. But yeah, really love this one. Then we have P.S. I Like You by Casey West. I have read this one again, so that was actually a reread. So I read this book twice already. But in this one we meet Lily, and she actually is kind of bored during chemistry class, so she starts scribbling on her desk and she writes down these song lyrics, and then the next time it's time for class she actually notices someone has added to that scribbling. So someone has actually finished the verse of the song, and they start messaging each other back and forth during the class, writing down some notes and stuff like that, and she's trying to figure out who the hell is writing the notes to her. So it's cute, and I really did like it, although I feel like I had a little bit more problems with it now when I read it the second time rather than the first time, but I do still really like it. Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. So I pretty much know that this is supposed to be about Vikings, and that's all I know, but that's all I need to know because we need more freaking Vikings in books. It's like Vikings and pirates, like there's not enough of them. Need more. And then we have Always Never Yours by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca, and this is a contemporary. And in this one we meet Megan. She's 17 years old and she's dated a lot of guys, and every time the relationship with her ends, it kind of seems like the guy actually finds his perfect girl. So that's pretty much what this book is about. I did read it. Was a little bit disappointed, but it was alright. But yeah, I still think it's worth the read. And then we have Save the Date by Morgan Matson. This is actually bookmark. But this is a signed first edition, and this book is so cute. Look at it. So yeah, since you saw the bookmark, I've already read this one. I started reading it the day I got it. But this one is about Charlie. She has a big family, to say the least, and her older sister is actually getting married, and this is the first time in years that all of the siblings are supposed to come home, and they're all supposed to see each other. And Charlie's the youngest one, and she wants everything to go perfect since it was such a long time since they were all gathered. But pretty much everything that can go wrong with a wedding goes wrong. So it's kind of hectical and a little bit stressful even, but it was really cute and really fun, and I really liked it. So definitely worth the read. But this is still not my favorite Morgan Matson book, but it was definitely very good. And then we have Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. This one is a sci-fi book. It's really hard to explain because it's kind of vague. But we meet 17-year-old Eve, and she actually has this robot gladiator, and she spent months building it, but once again it's a wreck and she needs to fix it. And the only thing keeping her grandpa alive was the handful of credits she just lost to bookies. And worst of all, she's discovered she can destroy machines with nothing more than her mind, and a bunch of puritanical fanatics are building a coffin her size. If she's ever had a worse day, Eve can't remember it. And then she also runs into a beautiful android boy named Ezekiel. Buried in the scrap pile she calls home. Could you let go of my sock? I'm trying to read here. Slap. Loony. And with her best friend and a robotic sidekick in tow, she and Ezekiel will track across desert of irradiated glass, battle cyborg assassins, and scour abandoned mega cities to save the one Eve's love and learn the dark secrets of her past. So it sounds really cool. It has really great ratings on Goodreads. I definitely want to read this one very, very soon. Let go of my sock! Seriously, Luna keeps pulling me. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Hopefully I will be able to do it this weekend, but we'll see how it goes, because that's what I said about like 15 of the books I want to read right now, so working on it. And now we actually have 2 books in the same series. So we have the book I'm currently reading, which is The Scrivener's Bones by Brandon Sanderson. This is book 2 in Alcatraz vs. Evil Librarians. And then I also have book 3 in the series called The Knights of Crystalia. I am about, let's see, about 100 pages into this one, really liking it. And then we have, you know, this one, and they're really pretty. I do like the covers, even though they don't match his other series. But this is a middle grade series. We meet Alcatraz, and he's an orphan. He lives with foster parents, and one day when he turns 13, he actually gets this bag in the mail, bag of sand, and he's like, what? And then there's a man shows up claiming to be his grandpa, and shit goes down. And the characters in this book actually have kind of talents, if you want to call it that, and they're really weird. Pretty darn weird. And it's hard to describe, but it's hilarious and it's fun and so very different anything I've ever read before. And I really liked the first book, and I read that one in one day, and I wish I could do this with the second book as well, but you know, work. Girls gotta work. So I'm currently reading this one, and I kind of want to like throw myself right into this one afterwards, but it's a really great series, and I definitely want to continue on with this very soon, and hopefully maybe like finish it during, you know, when I have vacation or something, but we'll see how it goes, because I need to buy some more books in the series. So yeah, those were all the 13 books I'm going to haul today. I don't think I forgot to mention anything, I hope. But yeah, like I said, I have read a couple of these books, and I have a couple more to read, so I have some good reading ahead of me for sure. And if you've read any of these books, please let me know down in the comments what you thought about them, without spoiling of course. And also, if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And yeah, I hope we see each other next time. Bye!